Okay, in this quick short tutorial, we're going to demonstrate, I'm going to demonstrate how to export project 2. Okay, so once you have your all your layers done, right, you've got your titles, your supporting information, and you've got the core part of this clean with your jump back or whatever background you choose to use. What you want to do at this point, and everything you should have everything referenced to the very beginning, right? So you should have your jump back starting at the beginning. About a second later, start your main title and go through, the piece, right? I'm going to magnify this little section right here, and then I'm going to go into my bars and countdown folder, which you will have created. Go into your you want to add a countdown, so I'm just going to drag this over into the source. If you're in effect controls, it won't let you see it, so you have to select source, right, and then drag the countdown over, and then go to the 5, which is actually time code 6. You see right here, mark your in, and that's all you got to do. Put your playhead in the very beginning. This is just like we did on project 1, and do an insert. Okay, and then that inserts your countdown, right? It goes to 3, right? 5, 4, 3, and then it hits 2 for like a frame, and then it gives you 2 seconds of black, and then your jump back starts. Okay, right? So that's what you do in the very beginning, and then at the very end, right? Because you've got all these layers, right? The easiest thing to do is to put black on the above the top layer. Right, and so you've created that here. Double click that, and you can open that up in your source panel. Right, it should default to about 5 seconds unless you've adjusted it. Right, and that's fine. You can shorten that to 2 seconds, or go ahead and just put the 5. Actually, let's do this. Yeah, just drag it down and put it right on the end of your clip, like so it starts after the last video, but then we're going to move it back. Okay, and you're going to click on it, and you're going to move it back by about a second. Okay, and you can see that yellow window pulling up. It means you've moved it back a second. Okay, and then you add a dissolve to the front of the black. So you've hopefully have your effects panel up, right? If you don't, right, you can always go to Window and add your effects panel, and it will add it. Okay, and then let's go back to effects. Go into dissolve and just grab that cross dissolve and just slap it. Let me do that again. Let me show my timeline a little better. Okay, right? Hang on a second. I'm going to narrow those layers a little bit. There you go. There's black. Okay, I'm going to grab that cross dissolve and just paste it right on the very beginning. All right, and so what that does is it will fade to black all your video. All right, and you want to make sure that all your layers underneath, they don't end before the dissolve ends. You see, because otherwise it's going to just kind of like cut off. Okay, so if you want to, you can even extend those layers a little beyond once you add your dissolve, right? Because the dissolve needs to have video all the way through. See, so the dissolve here ends, and now it's going to black, right? So that gives you a clean out. Do a save, Command S or Control S, and then go to the very beginning and mark it in point I. Go just past that last black, mark out with O on your keyboard, right? You come up to sequence, you render into out. Right, so this is going to take, looks like this is going to take a few minutes. Maybe not. It shouldn't take too long. Okay, so, and this is finalizing everything because you've done a lot of manipulating here, right? You've altered these clips. You've added keyframes. You've got a few dissolves. And in my case here, I've got dissolves on some of these clips as they come in and then come out. Okay, and then after this, we're going to export. Okay, and then that will shoot it out of Premiere and have it completed for you. Okay, so here we go. You can see that initially it told you it was going to take like several minutes, 5 minutes, and then in the end it really took about a minute and a half, which is not bad. Okay, all right, and there you go. Let it finish, and it might automatically start playing. Just pause that. You should have green here. Do another save. Command S, Control S. I reposition my playhead, and then I come up to the upper left-hand corner, and I go to Export. Okay, and on Export, all right, let that pull up. All right, here we go. Okay, it's not responding. Come on, here we go. Give it a second, right? It's going to come up. Okay, and you name it, right? So in my case, I'm going to name it first initial, last name, just like we do everything. Underscore P2 fall 2024. Okay, go to your location. All right, it's going to be in your project 2 folder in your exports. I'm saving it somewhere different, so don't worry about where I'm specifically putting it. I have a folder on my own computer that I'm putting it. Save. Right, so just make sure you put it in the right place, and then on the preset, because you probably already did a YouTube 1080, go ahead and do a recent there. If that does not show up, just go to more presets. Okay, if you don't see it in that initial preset, go down to that presets, and you're going to get everything here. And then just in the search window, just type YouTube. All right, and you're going to go to the 1080 Full HD. Select that, click OK. Okay, click OK again. Okay, there it is, and it should apply it. Give it a minute. Computer's running a little slow here. There it is. All right, so that's done all the thinking for you as far as the export format. Then you export, and then sure enough, it will export it, and it will save it in your folder. Let that finish. It might take a few minutes. And here we go. And boom, and then you get this window in the bottom, and then you can go and check that folder, and you should see your MPEG 4. Open it up and make sure it plays clean. All right, and that is how you export Project 2.